Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and a happy new year to you all. So after the chaos of Christmas and the carnage that is New Year's Eve, it's time to have a little bit of quiet and we're just going to reflect on how 2025 has been, and at the end we're also going to have a little look forward to our 2026 plans as well. So in this video I'm going to have a look at how things have gone in 2025 for me, from a personal perspective, from a channel perspective, and a photography perspective as well. So we're going to dive straight into it and we're going to have a little chat about how 2025 has been for me on a personal level. Okay, so 2025 on a personal level has actually been a relatively calm year this year. After the disaster that hit us in 2024, with losing both my mum and Mrs. S losing her nan as well, 2025 has been a blessing for calm. There have been a couple of big things that have happened, and probably one of the biggest one is that we actually purchased our house now, so we are homeowners as opposed to renting from the landlord that owned this place. And also as well, for me, I actually started indoor snowboarding as well. I've never had the opportunity to actually do it. Mrs. S got me some vouchers, booked it, started doing all my lessons and stuff, and I do spend a lot of time at the indoor snow slope over in Milton Keynes. What I will say is I've not had the opportunity yet to actually go to the mountains where there's snow, but you never know, 2026 might actually throw something up for me there. Okay, so let's have a look at 2025 then from a YouTube channel perspective. It's been a huge year for the channel. We've made some incredible strides over the year, including having over 720 new subscribers to the channel, which is absolutely awesome. There's been over 5,000 hours worth of watch time, over 72,000 views. But I think the big mention has to be that we are now monetized through ad revenue, which is absolutely awesome. And we have raised a grand total of £243. So we became monetized back in March. I think it was the 27th of March. And yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. It is actually brilliant. And while the value isn't that grand at the moment, obviously it's a huge stride for the channel, and one that means that I can actually put money back into my photography and hopefully utilize that to actually go to some new places and see some new things. Okay, so 2025 from a photography perspective, it's been a really good year, including right the way into December, which I'll come on to in a moment. Now, from a photography perspective, there are a few highlights I want to sort of point out. Numerous trips up to Bempton Cliffs. Now, you know I love Bempton Cliffs, so it's absolutely fantastic to get up there. Another one as well is actually hanging out with Ryan from Ryan's Wildlife. We went to the Kingfisher Hide earlier in the year. What a fantastic experience already. And we also had the trip to try and find the kingfishers over at Barnwell Country Park as well. What an absolutely corking day, which was absolutely wonderful. It's always great to hang out with Ryan, and I'm hoping to do more so in 2026. Now, the other big thing that I cannot fail to mention from a photography perspective is the fact that I've switched over from the Sony A7R4 to the Sony A1. Oh, the speed. It is the Mark I, and I absolutely love it. It has helped me bring my wildlife photography on leaps and bounds. One thing I will say as well is, do not forget, this is only my second year doing wildlife photography, so second calendar year. I started at the end of 2023, so yeah, I've only actually been a wildlife photographer for 2 whole calendar years and a little bit. Obviously previously I was a landscape photographer, as this channel demonstrates, and not only that as well, I have actually been a photographer for over 20 years now. But it's only the last couple of years that I have moved into wildlife photography and actually found my medium. Other things that have been really significant is I have a small bucket list of shots that I would absolutely love, and I did manage to tick off a couple of those in 2025. The first one is obviously a good shot of a kingfisher. Now, yes, we did go to Staffordshire Wildlife Hides. I can highly recommend it. I know Tim is working on a few other sort of hides as well, not just the kingfisher one. So to actually get some great shots of the kingfishers was an absolute dream. Beautiful birds, and ones that I've admired for even before I was into wildlife photography. Another bucket list shot as well that I had was to get the red kite perched in a tree. A good shot of that. And it was only in the closing of 2025 that I managed to get that. It was absolutely fantastic down at RSPB Nîmes Washes. It was just an absolutely cracking moment, and one I was so lucky to capture. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop a few highlights up then of 2025 from the channel, from the photography perspective. So sit back and relax, take in some of these highlights, some of my little photos that I've taken across the year, and we'll come back and talk about our 2026 plans in one moment. I literally just finished recording the whole sign out, and as I was turned around, grey wagtail just flew over into a fallen tree. And then that thing happened where you get that one shot and you realise it was all just so worth it. So I parked myself up on the edge of, on the lake, on the bank, and saw some birds just fly past, and I was like, they look like tufties in flight. Camera goes up, start hammering out the shots of these what I thought were tufties, tufted ducks in flight. Look on the back of the camera, golden eyes. Now, one thing I did manage to do with some of the portrait shots is I had a pair of them, is it beaking? Rubbing their beaks together, as gannets do. And because I was shooting down onto the water, it had a lovely glistening. I was looking at the cliffs, and just watching, and I just happened to sort of glance down, and literally right in front of me was a puffin, mouthful of what I believe are the eels. Can't remember what, sand eels. There's literally just puffins flying over my head at the minute. There's also loads of sand martins, razorbills, varying gulls. It's just an absolutely fantastic day, and it has really yielded potentially some of my best ever shots. The barn owl's out. He's out on his hunt. I've just been taking pictures of him over this side, and he's flown right over me. So I'm heading over that way now. Amazing. He's coming back this way. Stick with us. Let's see about these pictures. It took me quite a while to actually walk down the boardwalk because there were so many small birds in the trees that... Kingfisher. Wouldn't have grabbed a picture of it because it literally flew right in front. I don't know if you can hear that down the mic, but it literally sounds like it's flying around right above my head. Oh my days. So I'm walking back to the car now. I was walking along and there was a gap in the hedge and a stile. So I was like, let's go check out this farmer's field then. So I just glanced over to my right hand side and was like, there's a muntjac deer there. Lift the camera up. It's not a muntjac deer, it's a gorgeous fox. All right, we'll start walking back. I stand up, turn round. The tree where I saw the grey heron in before, there was nothing there when I got to the bridge. A flipping grey heron has come back again. This time, he sat right on the highest branch possible. That sun is nice and low now. I've just got some corking shots of him. Got it. Got the picture of the snow bunting. Well, I think it is anyway. That's what Merlin tells me it is. What an adorable little bird though. And again, you've got to give credit to Mrs. S. She was the one who spotted it. We were walking along and we were looking in the dunes along all the rocks and stuff that are along the edge there. And she literally just swung her arm back, slapped me to stop me moving further forward. And yeah, just to point out that the snow bunting was there. Goldcrest. Got it. First ever picture of a goldcrest. I've just had an absolutely fantastic showing with a grey wagtail. He's very present. He's in absolutely beautiful colour at the moment as well. Really, really vibrant. He was just hopping along the rocks. Oh my God. Today has just gone absolutely epic. Next thing I hear, red kite. And I was like, right, okay, where is he? And I see him sat in the top of a tree. I'm blowing around, the kite's blowing around, and I managed to nail some absolutely beautiful shots. One of my bucket list shots, and that is the red kite just perched up in a tree. Okay, so what's in store for 2026 then? I'll be honest with you, not a lot. So current plans at the moment is I should be having a lads weekend with Ryan at some point, which will be absolutely brilliant. Going away on the Friday, coming back on the Monday, so it gives us plenty of opportunities to film some content and also just hang out as well. As I said before, hanging out with Ryan is an absolute pleasure. Very, very good friend of mine. And hopefully that won't be the only time that the two of us actually meet up in the year. We live relatively local, but not so close back, just over an hour away. So it would be good to actually hang out with him a lot more than just the lads weekend that we've actually got planned. Also in 2026 as well, Mrs. S and I are making our return to Northumberland. So we've actually booked exactly the same lodge again for the third year running. We love Northumberland, and from a photography perspective as well, it is absolutely brilliant. I get to focus on coastal birds, which I think is something that I've really lent in towards this year and discovered that while I do love garden birds and things like that, coastal birds is probably my number one. I absolutely love being at the coast. Mrs. S loves being at the coast as well, which is brilliant. And it does mean that we get to spend a lot of time down there. We enjoy it. And I also get to do some amazing photography. I don't know, I just fell in love with coastal birds this year. And yeah, hopefully we get to do more of that in 2026. One thing I didn't get to do as much is one of my plans for 2026 was to explore the Norfolk coast more. I'm hoping to do that more in 2026 as well. I didn't overly get to do it in 2025 as much as I wanted to. So hopefully in 2026, I'll be making my return to the Norfolk coast a bit more. And that's about it really. So I think it's just going to be a case of go where the wind takes me. And yeah, hopefully I'm going to check out quite a few more new places as well. But we will see. So yeah, that's my little 2025 summary and 2026 plans. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really appreciate everyone who has liked, subscribed, commented, and viewed my videos in 2025. Thank you very much. It really is appreciated. And I'm hoping that 2026 will be another successful year for the channel. And yeah, all that's left for me to say then is this is my account. Take care and be safe, everyone. Peace.